name is Rachel and I'm here today to do the Abookalypse tag. So I was tagged by the Lawn Gnome. I will link his challenge video down below with the original video. Go and check them out because they are both great. And I think I've seen a few of these floating around, so if there's any ones that I really enjoyed, I'll leave them down there as well. This is basically 9 or 10 questions that were also quite difficult. So yeah, I'm just going to get started with the questions. So I've got my little Harry Potter pad, which I'm still in love with, right here. Okay, question number 1, evacuate. Everyone is out safely, but you can only go back and grab one book. Which book do you grab and why? This was really difficult, and I've not picked my favourite book, which is also difficult. But what I decided was, if I can, the Song of Ice and Fire series by George R.R. Martin, just because I love it, and there's just so much depth and there's so much stuff to it that I could reread it 1,000 times and never get bored. However, if I have to pick a specific book, which I don't want to do, I want the whole series. If I have to pick a specific one, I would pick A Feast for Crows, which for most people is their least favourite book in the Song of Ice and Fire series, but it's actually my favourite one because it's all like focused on King's Landing and like the politics and all of that stuff, which is my favourite thing about Game of Thrones. So I absolutely love Feast for Crows, and we get Cersei point of view chapters, and I love Cersei Lannister so much, and I know I'm the only one who does that, but also I just do. I'm just in love with her. So there we go. Question number 2. It's the Bookalypse? What the fuck is that? Bookalypse. This is so hard to say. Choose a book that would help you with survival skills. For this, I picked Wizard's First Rule by Terry Goodkind. This is the first book in a fantasy series that I used to be obsessed with as a kid. Like, my dad always used to read them, and then I had all the audiobooks, and I used to just love them so much. And it follows a guy called Richard. It's like the typical fantasy. It's a boy, he finds out he's got a bigger destiny than he ever thought he did before, and he meets a girl and he's got to like save her a bit, but then it does subvert it a bit because she is very like independent at the same time, and it's like amazing ending as well. But he is like a woodsman and he knows everything about the woods, and as you're reading it, like, he's telling you about plants and their healing properties and all this stuff. I feel like that would be a good one. He'd give me some survival skills and tips. So I think that would be a good one to read. Question number 3 is grab anything you will need. Grab a fan or book related item that you would want to save. So this is kind of revealing a bit too much of my nerdiness, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So I would save this necklace. I'm going to do that thing that people do when they put their hand behind things to make it focus, because I have to. So this is a necklace that says Shekma Shiraki Annie on it, which is my sun and stars. And my best friend has one that says Yalonati Haryani, which is Moon of My Life. We both got obsessed with Game of Thrones, like, for ages. And then at college, we got these matching necklaces. So like other people have best friend necklaces, except they're best friend nerd necklaces. Yeah, when we were in college we started learning Dothraki, which is one of the languages in Game of Thrones, and we learned quite a lot, like quite a few phrases. I'm not fluent in Dothraki, but I know quite a bit. And oh my god, so pathetic. Yeah, we got best friend necklaces and I would save them. So there we go. Let's move on quickly. Question number 4. Zombies are coming. Which books on your TBR are you dying to read? This is easy. Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf. I literally just filmed my TBR where I banged on about Virginia Woolf for quite a long time. I'm obsessed with Virginia Woolf at the moment. I'm obsessed with her life. I'm obsessed with her writing. I'm obsessed with like stream of consciousness writing. And I'm just in love with Virginia Woolf at the moment. So I would read this one ASAP. Question number 5 is We Need Fire. Which 3 books would you be willing to burn from your shelf? Yes, you have to. This is easy. I haven't unhauled any of these books. I've picked them from my shelves in England, by the way. I haven't unhauled any of them because I have a difficulty unhauling books sometimes, but they are all books that I hate. So Artemis by Andy Weir, shit, did not finish it, read about 100 pages, was not good. Oh my god, I can't even. On Chesil Beach by Ian McEwan, which I really like Ian McEwan, but his writing is very hit or miss for me, and sometimes I will just adore it and be so in love with it, and then sometimes I just, no, it's too much. And in On Chesil Beach, it was too much, didn't like it. And then number 3 is Dracula by Bram Stoker, because I fucking hate that book. Everything about it, the writing style, the epistolary stuff, the women, everything is shit and I hate it. Question number 6. All the stories were true. Which fictional world would you never be able to survive in? Westeros, obviously. I feel like I'd be one of those people who couldn't fight or do that sort of stuff, so learn how to be cunning and try and play the actual Game of Thrones, but also I'm not smart enough or quick enough to figure things out, and also even the people who are like behind the scenes and quick-witted like Littlefinger don't always survive. So yeah, I wouldn't survive in Westeros at all. Question number 7 is Lone Survivor. Which character would you choose to be your companion or protector during the Abookalypse? This took me a while, but I think I would pick, I have 2 and it's hard for me to know which one. I would either pick Neville Longbottom from Harry Potter, because he is brave and just lovely. Like in the last book he really comes into his own and I love him so much, and I think he would be a great person to have with you. However, when I was reading this question I thought of someone else and I was like, oh, that would be good, so I think I would pick her instead, and that is Hermione Granger. She just has so much knowledge. She'd be such an interesting person to talk to, and she'd just tell you loads of cool things and she'd just know everything, and it would just be really cool to have her as a protector. And also if it was Emma Watson, then she's pretty fit, so that would be cool. Question number 8 is Procreate. All of the literature is gone. Which book would you introduce as the first new classic? So I decided to pick a book that I am obsessed with at the moment and has the sort of things that I really enjoy and like hold in high regard in literature. So I picked Hold Your Own by Kate Tempest. This is a poetry collection that I really enjoyed recently. It's amazing. And this covers things like gender, LGBT plus themes, poems about love and sort of the intensity of love, which I really enjoy poems like that, like ancient history and myth. And there's something else that was in it that I can't remember what it is, but I really like things that cover those bases, and I would want to introduce a new classic that was different from other classics in that it wasn't just about white middle class men. I would want one that had, you know, written by a woman, got some gay in it, got some women's rights in it. That's what I would want. So I picked that one. And then number 9 is Start a New Community, tag a booktube buddy. So for this I'm going to pick Kaz from Cats and Camera, just because she reads loads of LGBT plus fiction, so whatever she picked for the answers I would probably enjoy and go read. So yes, there are all the questions, and that was the Apocalypse. Why do I keep saying Apocalypse instead of Abookalypse? That was the Abookalypse tag. Thank you very much for watching. I will link all the people in the description, so go and check out their channels, they're great. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!